Hi there, theatrical makeup students. It's Mr. Peoples. I hope you're having a good week of digital learning and that you're paying attention to the Google Classroom assignments. I am here to give you an overview of the rest of the week. I have learned some new video tricks here. As you can see, I'm capturing myself using a special app, and I'm very impressed with myself. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But anyways, I am here to show you what's going on with the rest of this assignment. So we're just finishing reading the rest of the play for lesson 7. We have to finish reading The Tempest, and I think why not get this done before spring break? I know it's going to be challenging, but it's just about as much as the first assignments reading, so it shouldn't be any more burdensome. And the second half of the play really goes pretty quickly. So here's what I want to go over: designing for the stage, reading and analyzing the script for The Tempest. Oh, look at beautiful. So, well, I'll just cover this. There we go. Day 2, March 19th, for second and sixth hours, and then March 20th for third hour. This is the second day of digital learning for us. All right. That being said, I think I have, yes, I don't know why I animated that, but I did in a very ineffective way. But hey, here we go. We are reading the rest of The Tempest, Acts 3 through 5, and the epilogue. So that's pages 37 through 71, as you can see right here on your screen now. I want you to take the quiz on Google Classroom again. This one is a little less crazy maybe, but if you are answering a question like you did in the first quiz where it said you might want to respond in a short answer, or you have to respond in a short answer form, like what was Prospero's title, try not to put the or a in front of it. Try to be as concise as you can so that I can kind of guess what you would say. I'm also going to leave, there's going to be a long form answer for the very last question on this last quiz. And it's just to show me that you understood what you read. It's a long form, just summing up what happens at the end of the play. So make sure you're going to need to have read the entire play to answer that question thoughtfully. So that being said, pay attention to those instructions on the quiz. Make sure that you're reading the questions thoroughly so that you understand them. Maybe read them twice before you answer, before you click submit, just to make sure that you correctly address each question. I'm going to sit back a little bit because I'm going out of frame here. Okay, so take that classroom quiz. It's also only 10 questions, but it's a variety of things from multiple choice, true or false, check boxes, all that applies. So multiple answers for one question. And you have to get all of those check boxes correct to get the point for that. So make sure you do that. Fill out the new character analysis form. So I have a second character analysis form for Ariel and Caliban that I am attaching. You'll see that it says Acts 3 through 5 in monologue on there. And that'll be an attachment in Classroom, of course, again. Fill that out. It's different questions. It's kind of more thought-provoking questions for you to really get a sense of what happened to these characters over the course of the play. And your answers to that will show me how much you were paying attention. Turn in all of these pieces. Take the quiz and then turn in that form completed on Google Classroom by the appropriate due date. So you're really going to have to pay attention to due dates here. Second and sixth hour, you guys your due dates are Friday, or your due date for this chunk of this assignment is Friday, March 20th at 7 p.m. And then your due date, if you're in third hour, is Saturday, March 21st at 7 p.m. So make sure you're following along with these due dates. Make sure that you have already turned in your other assignment from earlier in the week. That was due on Wednesday if you were in second or sixth hour, and Thursday if you're in third hour. So remember, if you don't turn in your work, you don't get counted as present for that class, and then you will have an absence on your record. So I really want you guys to try your hardest to get things turned in and be counted as present. That being said, I've also been grading. Ooh, yeah, I know I'm behind a little bit, but I have been grading your work, and I've noticed that a lot of things are missing in Google Classroom, and part of that's on me, of course. I'm no fool. I know I need to hound you guys more often about turning those things in, but I really want to make sure, I know you're doing the work in class. I really want to make sure that you get credit for that wonderful work that you're doing. So please turn in your assignments on Google Classroom. Turn in those missing photos of applications and design maps and research photos on each individual Google Classroom assignment for the appropriate lesson. So you're documenting all those things, and you're also updating your morgue. I'm also probably at some point over spring break going to go through and give you an initial grade for your morgue to show how well you've been keeping up with it. It will only take into account the lessons that we've covered thus far in the class. So just make sure that you've updated that. I want to come in at the end of the month really on top of everything, both you and me, so that the rest of the semester goes really smoothly, since we're going to have some issues probably of getting just because things happen, especially when we're out of school. But taking a break after this digital learning week is also going to probably mean that we're coming back a little fuzzy on details of what we've been doing. So make sure you're reading thoroughly this script. Make sure you're taking those quizzes. Then when we come back, you're going to have all that information in your brain about those characters, especially if you're really doing a thorough job with your character analysis forms. You're going to be so prepared for the application. Well, more so than anything, the design process for Ariel and Caliban. And I think you're going to have some really interesting discussions with your partners. And I think that is the most exciting part of this lesson. It's a cool play. It's one of my favorites, but also it's just going to be fun once you get into it and start to talk about your concepts and your ideas. So, quick review. Day 2, March 19th for second and sixth hours. March 20th for third hour. And you're reading the rest of The Tempest. That's pages 37 through 71, acts 3 through 5, and the epilogue. You really need to focus on what major things are happening in the plot and what is the overall story arc for Prospero. Like, what has he done at the end? What are his actions in the last act, especially, and the epilogue? What is he saying to other characters? What is he doing to them? That really shows you who he is. So that'll help you answer that last question on the last quiz. But pay attention to all those little details. Then fill out that final character analysis form for acts 3 through 5 in the epilogue about Ariel and Caliban. Turn in all of this on Google Classroom. Make sure that you do that by the appropriate date. Again, if you're a B-Day student, then March 20th, which is Friday at 7 p.m., is the deadline to turn this in. That way I can have it in Gradebook. And third hour, yours is Saturday, March 21st by 7 p.m. So keep that in mind. And also go back and turn in all of your missing work from the semester. I need those things if you want me to grade you. Okay. So finally have a great spring break and be safe because I probably won't talk to some of you between now and then. But just know that I'm really impressed with all the work that you're doing. And I hope you're enjoying yourself in your free time over break, even though you're stuck at home, most of you. Um, be safe. Listen to the guidelines set up by the CDC and the president and the governor of Arkansas, as well as our school district. Try to remain indoors. Well, socially distance yourself from others. Avoid those gatherings larger than 10 people, if at all possible, for the next 2 weeks. I think that if we can all do that, we're going to have a much quicker turnaround in this. Um, yeah, and just keep your eyes on the news. Really pay attention, stay involved, stay listening. Remember those conversations we have about um, what's going on in the world right now. It's important for you guys to remember that. Um, the world is a crazy place sometimes, but you have people that care about you. I'm one of those people. I love you guys, and I hope that you know that if you need me, I'm here. So, anyways, that's it. Again, have a good one and take care.